get back to work. Yeah. It's very important to be a man and understand that you are a man and that you're not driven by instinct and that you have the capacity to have greater understanding than your instincts and that you can overcome any of your finite delusions and selfish perceptions when you realize that you're a man, that you're a human being. It's very important to do, and you can be sitting there delusional and finite delusional perceptions of fame and comfort, and you're just working on your instincts and you've forgotten that you're a human being. You think you're some kind of animal. And animals, you get all these people that don't apply human traits to animals. It's wrong to do. Okay. The reason why animals act the way they do around human beings is because of human beings. Okay. If it wasn't because of human beings, they'd eat you. Okay. And human beings do eat, you do eat animals. Okay. Yeah, it's understandable. Okay, but as a human being, you can say animals, their instincts give them a perception of understanding of their existence. Okay? But animals can't protect the ecosystem from velociraptors and T-Rexes and sharks. Okay? But human beings can. Okay? Human beings can protect what's necessary for life on this planet, okay, from animals. Okay. Big rock hit, boom, the animals couldn't, dinosaurs, velociraptors, things like that, could not maintain what's needed for the planet to maintain life in a healthy manner. Human beings can. Sit and watch this Claude fucking commercial, bunch of Claudes, and they have a plastic heart, we find to get these answers and these questions. It's like, okay, stop trying to be the solution to the problem with a plastic heart, asshole. Okay. And then the plastic heart it's going to decrease the capacity of the necessities for that exponentially, right? Okay, remember who you are, especially life being eternal and grace being infinite, and the standard being so much better than you. Okay. That's why there are stories and books and legends about the standard, and not about you holding your plastic heart on a commercial for whatever reason there might be. So just stop being such jerks. Just stop doing it. The moment you realize you're being a jerk, make sure people know and immediately do something about it, right? And make sure as many people know as possible. It's not time to live the Lord's Prayer yet. Pearls before swine. Okay. The time to live the Lord's Prayer was a crucifixion, you dirty, rotten bastards. And then you'll get people from the damn Fort Huachuca, right? Your religious beliefs are selfish because I'm the line of the man that stood up to save children from growing up to be murdering spyware assholes like you. You think my religious beliefs are selfish, right? It should offend all of you. When a professional assassin comes up and gets in my face because I call him on his bullshit on a social media site, and he has the audacity to walk up with a fucking gun on his hip and tell me that he keeps me safe from people like him. It's like, no, I keep your children safe from growing up to be an asshole like you. Because there's only one man that's capable of helping quantum computing understand a man with slippers on the ground in New Mexico and in the New Mexico territory in the United States of America, and that's me. Okay, because I don't see anybody else doing it. Okay. If there was someone else on social media doing the same thing I'm doing, I would recognize and say, that's the man right there. That's the Spirit of Christ. That's a good man. Everybody should listen to him and do what he says because his understanding of perfect commands is perfect. Okay, I'd say that, but where are they? It's not Pope Leo. It's not Kirk Cameron. It's not the president. It's not any of our presidents. It's not the president of the Mormon Church. It's me. Is there anybody else doing it? No. If someone else was saying, hey, if they didn't know who I was and say, we need to understand eternity and the true commands of the Lord's Prayer and that they apply perfectly in physics to give us freedom from delusions of human power and authority. I'd say, hallelujah, brother, that's the Christ right there. Right? Anybody in their right mind would, right? And that person would watch my videos and go, that man really loves babies. That man's in his right mind. There you go. You see what I'm saying? I'm watching the football game. And the little star for England, second goal today. And so, he has very good pace at coming in on those rebounds and coming around the edge. He's a good football player. Yeah, he's quick. He's got good pace. He's very athletic. Yep. Has he stood up for the Lord's Prayer yet? No, not yet, but we're still waiting. Why have you forsaken me? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. I know. I understand that. I know who he's talking to. I know who Jesus and my religious beliefs are selfish, according to professional assassins at Fort Huachuca, and I know exactly who he's talking to, and I know exactly who's listening, who's paying attention, and make sure that the technology, has a eternal reflection of a man, right? Okay, so, boy, I'm tired. I am tired of perversion. I'm tired of selfishness. When you sit down, you get all these people. You got to understand this is, life's eternal, grace is infinite. A lifetime of 60 years is a little, oh my gosh, 60 years of torture by a bunch of perverts to sit there and say, okay, just hang in there or I'll survive, stop, eliminate, abuse, recover. You living in the body of the Lord's Prayer. You focus. You know what I mean? So, from my perspective, it's like, that's why I always laugh and smile and say, well, life's eternal, grace is infinite, so I ain't too particularly worried. I do not like being tortured for 60 years by a bunch of jealous perverts. Now, that's absolutely horrible. But apparently you guys sit and cry over Joy-Luck Club and Requiem to a Dream because and Jim Caviezel pretending to be someone like me for money for Mel Gibson. And you'll cry. They'll sit there. It's pathetic. They'll sit and cry. I mean, when Emily did it as a kid, she was 8 years old, watching Ted Neely to pretend to be like a man like me for Andrew Lloyd Webber to make lots of money. And she's sitting there watching the reenactment of it, and they're betraying him, and they're killing him. They shouldn't do it, Dad. She's totally agreeing. I totally agree. But then, according to the asshole watching our house who's a professional assassin at Fort Huachuca, well, his daughter's selfish too, because she's just crying because it's the spirit of her dad that's getting tortured and killed for trying to stop children from growing up to be home invasion, genocidal operator, professional assassins like me, right? And I could have killed him real easy that day. Okay. He was right within hand's reach of me. My endorphins went off because he needed killing because he's a murderer for money that gets children raped and murdered in Mexico. I could have reached out, snapped his fucking neck, took his gun and his car keys, told his wife, you want to come with me? It's a real man. I'll go pick up my wife and kids and we'll go to Mexico. But I'm not that stupid. I'm not a person who makes John Wick movies. I don't work for Wick Communications. Okay, I work for the people to be free from the delusions of Wick Communications, right? Oh, Cochise County knows it. Okay, what do you want on your tombstone? Pepperoni and sausage, right? Okay, Earl. So you know what I'm saying? So Tombstone, yeah, we're going to Tombstone with my Susie Bear. Amy was so Stockholm syndrome and so bought up into the. It was hard. You guys got to understand. Okay, you're making love with a guy like Jesus, or and all that, and now there's a foul, and and you want the abuse to stop, and there's 10 million of them, and they're all abusive, and they're not going to quit, right? And you tell your husband, just give in a little bit, just do this, do something, just take one of their jobs as a financial advisor or something, you know what I'm saying? And so it's the women are like Barbara Streisand and Regina Bell, and it's in a world of compromise, if I could. That was a foul on the kid from England and not a foul on the kid from Norway, because the kid from England put his leg in front of the kid from Norway and tripped him. Were you guys watching the same play that I was watching? He brought his leg around and tripped the kid from Norway who was coming up. That shouldn't have been a penalty on the kid from Norway. That should have been a penalty on the kid from England. The kid from Norway was just marking him and keeping stride for stride with him, and then was going for the ball. And then the kid from England put his leg in front of the kid from Norway and tripped the kid from Norway. And that was a penalty on the kid from England and not the kid from Norway. He's gonna go watch it. Good. Okay. Because that would be unfair. that was definitely not a penalty on the kid from Norway. The kid from Norway was marking him and keeping with him stride for stride, and the kid from England took his leg and threw it in front of, and tripped the guy from Norway and tripped himself in doing so. He took his thigh and wrapped it, he took his leg and hitched it around the kid from Norway's leg to keep him from getting the ball, because the kid from Norway was coming up fast. So that was not a foul on the kid from Norway. Does anyone else agree with me? Mine is Paulsons. I'm British. We'll see what he has to say about that.
Any foul. So final decisions, no foul.
Good. No, that was the fair call, if there was one to be made at all. Okay. That was a good decision. Because the kid from Norway did not. The kid from England initiated and instigated the contact, and the kid from Norway did not. He was just playing good football. He was just coming up. The other guy was pushing him off because he was coming up fast to try to get the ball away and keep it from getting a score. And that was a good play by the kiddo from Norway. Should not have been punished for that. So, it was out. I thought he saved it. That kid is quick. The kid from Norway, he's fast. He's got good game. He's got good athleticism. Okay, but football. You guys are dorks, man. I think I agree with that one guy on that commercial. Why is it the most popular game? Me and Dad were talking about it. He said he never really liked it that much. But I said I think it's because all you need is a ball. All you need is a ball, and this is a gladiator, global epidemic. And the Lord's Prayer is perfect. And if you want to play football, make sure you live in the Lord's Prayer first. If you're not living the Lord's Prayer first, David Rockefeller, man, Philip Rothschild, they'll gladly kill over me and my grandpa's money watching your Jesus die, Parsons. They will cling till their sin to the bitter end. And I'm like, life's eternal and grace is infinite, so I don't see it the way Rothschild and Rockefeller see it. Guys, life's eternal and grace is infinite. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Bitter is living lie. And when lie comes to an end, there's nothing bitter about it. Okay. The only thing that they would perceive as bitter is sealing their pages in hell, because up to the point where the line of King David corrects quantum computing and artificial general intelligence, they're going to want to win, and there is no, what the fuck are you winning, asshole? You know, you're selfish. And your selfishness makes life miserable, and it's a beautiful gift that doesn't need to be miserable if you're not being a selfish fucking cow. Right? Shit. You know. I am a woman in love, and I'll do anything to get you into my world and hold you. It's a right I defend over and over and over again. Defend what? Okay. If you're a woman in love, you don't need to defend that quote unquote love. You just need to be faithful and worthy of faithful love. You know, you don't have to fight for it. What are you fighting for? Okay. I faithfully love you. Right. This other woman says she wants to have sex with you. You think she's thinking? What do you think she's thinking? Maybe she should go see if Frank Fritzpost is single, right? Or Silas, or Gooch. Oh, he's still in the. We won't have that. We'll be living the Lord's Prayer. Oh, yeah. I mean, there's always going to be selfish people that want something that does not want them, right? There's always going to be people like that. We're not going to be able to, play God and correct everybody, give them the Lord's Prayer, and then everybody's going to go, okay, Lord's Prayer, okay. Oh, there's Lord Voldemort again, that damn Elder Wand, right? There's that idiot on the Claude commercial holding their plastic heart, right? It's not a heart, no. It's a piece of plastic stimulated by technology to do what a heart naturally does because we're healthy. I like to try to call it healthcare because they're macaroons. Feed me love and tenderness. Okay. They still haven't had macaroons forever. I don't know where to get. I will look for macaroons somewhere. I'll find a new way of macarooning somewhere. You're funny. I know, but if I could, it's not a world of compromise. Truth cannot be compromised. You're not thinking straight. Well, you got Stockholm Song from the Devil, Satan, my sweet Satan. Oh yeah, that's what it's supposed to say when you play Bridge Over Troy, not Bridge Over Troy, Stairway to Heaven. Backwards, according to the wackadoodle Christians that called themselves Christians back in the day. They're like, you're not a Christian. You standing for the Lord's Prayer? Okay. No, you're somebody making money off of stupidity. Okay. You're the devil and Satan. He's talking to you, my sweet Satan. There's your stairway to heaven. Shut up, shutnipper. I mean, seriously, okay? You people are irritating. You're all Aleister Crowley. With a little bit of Charlie Manson mixed in. Sheesh. And don't forget Idi Amin. Let's make sure that we have, some cream in the coffee and coffee in the cream, right? Well, let's not forget Pharaoh, that rotten son of a bitch, and his bitchy wife. And let's not forget the King and Queen of England. And that's not, there's nobody has the market cornered on being a selfish asshole. Right. You all seem to keep wanting to excel at it, to be successful at telling yourself lies and believing your fucked up lies. Blow the Viking horn. He's getting frustrated. Why is he getting so damn frustrated? His kids are playing a really good game. Yeah, they are. They played a fine soccer match. The English side is good. Not quite as fluid as Spain. Spain looks the most fluid in the whole tournament I've seen. Next is France, but France is kind of like sometimes a two-man show, but they're good. Spain is the one that, the little 17, 18-year-old kid is really, really good. But they don't, he doesn't try to take over the team. He just kind of goes with the flow. And the older guys kind of help the flow go, and they play through him because of how good he is. And they're all right with that. They're like Dennis Johnson. All they care about is winning. Me, all I care about is living the Lord's Prayer. Winning? What? I'm going to win that raindrop. I'm going to win that cow udder. I'm going to win that apple. I'm going to... Oh, God. I'm going to win freedom from my delusions of what I want. Boy, I sure do need an apple. What if you live in a place where the apples don't grow too good? You gotta do what you gotta do. Greenland apples don't grow real well, but we could send them there because we love people, right? Why are you living in Greenland? Why not? Okay, never mind. Just how's the well blubber? I'm just kidding around. I'm being obnoxious, guys. There are some places that's more comfortable to live than others, but when you're surrounded by a bunch of I want to be the best egomaniacs, it makes it like a French Riviera, California, or Greenland. I'm thinking Greenland. You see how that works out? Oh, yeah, I kind of get it. Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah, it's like, wow, that's Eureka, California. Where do you want to live? Pinos Altos, New Mexico. Why? Because most of you guys, wow, that's Eureka, California. There's not a lot of water there. There's enough for a few people to survive that like one another and enjoy fresh air and the scenery. Yeah, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Shit. I am tired. Pinos Altos, New Mexico, or Eureka, California. Don't matter to me. Bet you that guy has a lot of fucking money, don't you? I'll bet you. They keep showing him and he's one of the boxers. I bet you he has a lot of money. I bet you they think that, that money keeps them safe from omnipotence. What? I'm trying to figure it out. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. Have you figured it out yet? I've just been watching the people in the boxers. That's Chicho, that's Boobo and Dubo and Dibbo and Dabo. Okay. Yeah, a lot of them are one-named guys. Brazilian soccer stars? There you go. So, I'm fine just going by fuck you Parsons or smartass. Especially if everybody can pay attention to smartass and we stop global warming exponentially and we don't have to go through Mount St. Helens again. That's Hey guys, we could go for thousands of years without a major volcanic eruption because we have the capacity through a humble scientist to understand the ecosystem and what we as a group of people need to do what is right to maintain the ecosystem for life as we know it for human beings to be really, the whole thing with the Quran of Muhammad talking about salt water and fresh water they thought it was don't mix. It was a mistranslation, but basically when you're doing things right on the surface, the ocean works real well. You have the polar ice caps, are maintained because you understand a healthy temperature and what affects the temperature and how it affects the temperature. It's really intelligent stuff. When you're globally connected, it was hard to do back in ancient times because of our lack of capacity to mass communicate and the selfishness, of human beings that, for some reason think they're freaking animals. It's insane, but, hey, don't argue with a lot of them. They're neuroscientists, right? They've studied that brain upside down and backwards. They think it knows exactly how it works. Okay, but the brain that you studied, okay. Yeah, they love to cut up mine and Krishnamurti's and, study our brains. It's like, why? Wouldn't it be better to listen to the words that come out of the mouth of the brain as opposed to cut up the brain to try to figure out why his brain works so much better than yours? Okay. Want a supplement? How about an electric bed? How about a toilet that tells you when you're going to die or why you're sick or when it would be Colbert's toilet. You live too close to the freeway. You need to move your ass to like Jackson Hole and shit. But then, seismic activity because of global warming might make that hazardous also. You know what I'm saying? What a smart toilet you have. But does it play Tupac like Drake's? You're funny. What can I say? Uh, now, an extra time, is it till 1:20? Is extra time 30 minutes? Am I correct? And I think that's right. So, do. Anybody else? I've been to a Mannheim Steamroller concert. Peter and Barbara took us. There was more good things about the Fabres than there was bad. The bad things about the Fabres was arrogance and elitism, and then condescending, gossipy abuse about that. And you when you love people, you have to. My family, shit. Self-induced ignorance through arrogance and accepting the arrogance as reality. And then the Fabres saying, God, they're so stupid they actually believe that. It's like, you believe money's real too and are willing to vote for idiots and mass murder over it. They just believe in cartoon characters and you believe in Star Trek. So Gene Roddenberry has now replaced Jesus as the cartoon character God of the Sky People. What? Okay. See white people, I don't want to invite him. He makes me feel stupid. I don't make you feel stupid. You do stupid things that I pointed out. Well, photosynthesis on your on your Sir of the Cave. What were we talking about here? That sounds very funny. I know there's a lot of humble Muslims that are watching this. They're laughing their butt off on that one. Okay. No English, and then having to explain it to their friends in Farsi or in Arabic. That was funny. It was. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Message received. Okay. All you anonymous Iran and Iraq and Saudi Arabia, and you don't think there's people in Saudi Arabia that anonymously watch these and go get them, Earl. You don't think so? I bet you. I'd be willing to bet any of your fake ass money and your ego problems that there is. Yeah. I'd be willing to bet. I think there's some people surviving out there that aren't put in the same position as me because they realize, okay, he's the Messiah, and oh wow, and I understand why he's the Messiah, and a lot of people, oh gosh, the hell I've been put through, the hell I've survived, and you're looking at a person that gets up every day, to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, and he gets disregarded, abused, and treated like shit by the worst people in the history of the world for being a good person. And then they keep trying to find ways like, you're an egomaniac, why don't you just curse God and die? Curse God and die. Okay. I'm gonna curse the infinite as origin of all things, and then physically have my body be destroyed by egos, maniacs that don't believe in the origin of all things. And then, okay, why would I do that? Have you figured it out? You want to give me a plastic heart from Claude? Okay. I'm not sorry, but what? Are we having Dell Intel problems here? What are we having problems with what's going on here? I don't know. Have you guys figured it out yet? Okay. Wait. You there? You're obnoxious. Yes, I'm very obnoxious. Let's see. Did you get the memo yet? Yes. No, I'm not saying that's my name in Spanish. Is George. Memo. Guillermo. Memo. Memo is a nickname for Guillermo, which is George in Spanish. Get the memo yet? The memo. It's a Mexican joke. You wouldn't understand, but it's okay. Okay. We Mexicans get it. You know me. USA Today. All Mexicans do is work and make love. I'm Mexican. That's all I do is work and make love. Yeah. Too much work and not enough making love makes Earl a sarcastic and obnoxious gentleman. Yeah, sure does. Yeah. Guys, don't wish for any certain outcomes that involve selfish perceptions of what people want. wish for the right outcome, which is us all understanding the perfection of the deliverance of evil, the Lord's Prayer, and sharing that globally. Guys, once that happens, all the little, Entertainment Tonight and Access Hollywood and Sports Center, all that shit will just fall right into place, We won the last game of the year. Good for you. I met this girl, and it was not at a bar. And we got together and told everybody we're going to live in the same dwelling and have an exclusive sexual relationship. And we're not going to write songs about it and sing it at any big, Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden, or any garden that they call a garden that's not a garden. Because it's not. Okay? Madison Square Garden's not a garden, guys. Boston Garden's not a garden. No. It's a big vat of, concrete and asphalt and steel where people deny the Lord's Prayer and say, that's not the Garden of Eden. That's not the Garden of Eden. No. Just in case you were wondering. Guys are weird. They really are. Even these things, they got grass in the middle, and it's a big thing of steel and concrete and asphalt, stuff. It's like, it's like, okay. Like Wimbledon. Wimbledon, it's got grass and everything, but it's sassafras stupid ass of, my relatives acting as dumb as ever, for, hey, you're going to win this. It's like, okay. Is that a portrait of Arthur Ashe? Okay, wow. Fascinating. Is Gene Roddenberry replaced Jesus as God of the Sky People yet? Girl. You good? What can I say? It's the Sir of the Cave all over again. Hey, boo-boo. Hey, boo-boo. You what, Yogi? It's Jellystone Park. We think we're animals. You're a human being. Okay. You're not a bear. Okay. You don't have to wrestle the bear. That's not a very good idea. It's not very intelligent. Okay. You're not a Lasse Hallström movie. Okay. Was it Lovely Eyes? I can't remember. Do you care? No, not really. Money's not real. I'm not interested in talking about it. What are you interested in? I'm interested in everybody understanding the Lord's Prayer and sharing it at the top of their lungs from climb every mountain. You know what I mean? Just share. You don't have to like, share, and subscribe any of the videos on this YouTube channel. You can get up your own damn self and say, if that them there Lord's Prayer there, if you understand it eternally, it says, okay, if you invent something, you can't worship that and it makes you insane trying to get everything you want when you don't need it. And then if you forgive that there debt and trespass and love one another, eternal faithful peace, and loving one another is honor and the gift of life through that there truth of creation. And then having holy covenants through faithful love to understand. You understanding that pretty much? Okay. And then dip-dop-diddly-doo, you're doing good there. So share that and, let everybody know. And I won't have to make videos for advertising to say that, I don't know. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm gonna go smoke a cigar and drink some Jim Beam or Jack Daniels or something like that. After that, I think I'll drive to Kentucky and go visit Noah's Ark. You feeling all right? Yeah, I'm feeling fine. How about you? Okay, guys. Well, I love you, man. We'll talk later. We'll see how much time this one takes to load. And damn. If NASA got held to the same standard that I get held to, we would have been living world peace before Neil Armstrong started walking around on the moon, allegedly. Right, I totally agree. Okay, peace out, man.